how we arrived on the Earth, and that they were going to have to take different measures, bring us home. We were asked to make a video that asked, what are your impressions of returning to the Earth during a global pandemic? And one of the things that Jessica and Chris and I did was we took some images out the window of the cupola, and I just spontaneously, while panning the camera
to the forest, inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Students on campus gather in support of lives lost in a Colorado shooting. Packages at front doors are being stolen. What you can do to keep your delivery safe. And one nonprofit in Norman is working to bring the community together through food this holiday season. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Bella Roddy.
And I'm Carolyn Felling. We begin tonight with a story close to my own home and heart back in Denver, Colorado. Gabriella Tumani is live with the story of how students in Norman are coming together after tragedy struck. Gabriella.
Carolyn, Bella, mourning continues around the country for those killed in a deadly shooting at an LGBTQ plus nightclub in Colorado about 2 weeks ago. Here on campus, the community gathered to grieve those who are lost.
A vigil means to keep watch, especially while others are asleep.
Silence in a soft glow of candles to honor the lives of those who were lost in the November 19 shooting at Club Q, an LGBTQ plus nightclub in Colorado Springs. The OU Gender and Equality Center called students to a candlelight vigil on the South Oval Tuesday night. 5 lives were lost and 18 people were injured in the shooting about 2 weekends ago.
This event really helped us lean on each other, knowing that other people are here for us.
I personally am not a member of the LGBTQ community, so I suppose from my perspective, some of the better things you can do are exactly what we did here tonight.
We are heartbroken and devastated.
Some members who attended the vigil say it is depressing to think the shooting happened on Transgender Remembrance Day.
And I absolutely believe it's a hate crime, right? And I think for this one, it was on and around, Trans Remembrance Day.
Some of my friends who are part of the LGBTQ plus community live in more like dangerous areas that are, like homophobic and all. So it just makes me worried for them.
For the LGBTQ community here on campus, Kwan says he will continue to advocate they fight for their visibility and safety in each and every space.
In this space, we acknowledge the pain, right? We don't normalize it. We acknowledge that it is real, that reminding us that just because you're queer doesn't mean, just because we're queer doesn't mean that we deserve violence and hate.
According to the Gun Violence Archives, there have been more mass shootings than days so far in 2022, with at least 3,179 people shot. That accounts for 637 deaths and more than 25 people injured. Reporting live on campus, Gabriella Tumani, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Gabriella. Now, Josh told us that it's the first day of meteorological winter, and it's definitely feeling like it.
OU Nightly's meteorologist Josh Duncan is here in the studio with the first look at our forecast.
Yeah, that's right. Current temperatures right around average for this time of year. We're sitting at 52 degrees in Norman and Tulsa. Elk City checking in at 47 at this hour, and Guyman up to 61 degrees right now. And throughout the rest of this evening, temperatures will slowly fall down through the mid-40s by 9 o'clock. South winds remaining breezy at 10 to 20 miles per hour. But coming up, some weather whiplash. We are going to crank up the heat and the winds more tomorrow. We are tracking a rain chance. Those details coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. As those Cyber Monday packages start dropping on doorsteps around the country, thieves may be looking for an easy target. Those thieves, called porch pirates, have been swiping packages off porches right here in Norman. OU Nightly's Cameron Joyner is live with a look at how you can protect your stuff.
Yeah, Carol and Bella, some packages you might be getting are small and easily concealed behind poles and posts on your porch, such as this one right here, but some packages might be a little bit bigger. And these packages are not as easily concealed, and they're easily spotted from the street, making them an easy target for porch pirates. Norman is no stranger to porch pirates, so I talked to Norman PD about some tips that they have for how you can keep your deliveries safe. It's that time of year. Holiday gifts, Cyber Monday deals delivered right to your front door or into the hands of a porch pirate.
People are, say, driving around town and looking to see if they can take any packages from people's porches.
Packages and even bigger items. Norman resident Caitlin Carter's bike disappeared from her porch in broad daylight just days ago.
It was gone. Like everything was gone, as if I never had a bike there to begin with.
Carter says if someone will steal a locked bike, what's stopping them from swiping a small Amazon package?
We always tell people, if you can, sign up for a text notification or email notification for when your packages are going to be delivered to the house. That way you can be home, and if you're not, you can possibly have one of your neighbors snag your packages for you and put them in their home until you can return.
These anonymous Norman residents caught their porch pirates in action. Here in the footage they shared with us, you can see the individuals approaching their home and stealing their packages. However, neither of these suspects has been caught.
As far as like theft goes, I don't think that the Ring doorbell really has done anything substantial for this issue.
Nevertheless, Norman PD encourages security cameras like Ring doorbells as one of their safety tips.
If you have a home security system, go back to see if those images caught any of the people that were taking your items or any of the vehicles they have may been in.
The bottom line, take the extra precautions this holiday season. Those porch pirates will be out following Cyber Monday, so Jackson says if you find that anything is stolen off of your porch, call Norman PD and file a report. Reporting live for OU Nightly, I'm Cameron Joyner.
Thanks, Cameron. An investigation has been launched in relation to the ongoing Iranian human rights protests. Mecca Thompson has that and the rest of today's international headlines from the News Center.
Yes, Bella, the UN has launched an investigation into the human rights abuses in Iran. Iran's alleged use of deadly force against protesters is the latest in a growing list of deaths in that nation. Though Iran is unlikely to cooperate, the question now is whether the UN's findings will be enough to prompt tougher action by the international community. Former Trump National Security Advisor Michael Flynn will testify before an Atlanta grand jury next week. The jury is investigating efforts by former President Donald Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 presidential election results in Georgia. Flynn attempted to delay his testimony, but is now set to testify December 8th. The lava flow in Mauna Loa is still happening, but is slowing down. The lava is not an immediate threat on ground, but possible health hazards still remain. 2 volcanoes erupting on Hawaii's Big Island is sending acidic gases into the air. Local officials and state transportation are working on a plan to shut down the highway if needed. Bella and Carolyn, if you're fans of Chick-fil-A, the national fast food chain released their first merchandise line in time for the holidays.
Thanks, Mecca. So many fast food restaurants, just like Chick-fil-A, have stepped up their drive-through game due to the pandemic.
Yeah, Carolyn, I remember during the pandemic, lines were always super stressful. Coming up, find out what studies are showing how COVID-19 stress is affecting your brain.
And nurses up north continue to fight for better working conditions. Find out more after the break.
Your family if a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane. You can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Health officials are working to address equity issues and strengthen health initiatives for HIV. Liv Welbeck has an update on how to spread awareness for World AIDS Day in HealthBeat.
Today, the Biden administration announced a 5-year plan to end the HIV and AIDS pandemic. Tools and treatments are readily available to help prevent HIV and let those infected live a normal life. However, doctors say there is still work to be done. The CDC says it is critical to normalize testing and ensure all people are able to get HIV care. Studies show that stress caused by the COVID-19 pandemic prematurely aged teenage brains. Scans of over 100 physical brain structures showed noticeable growth in the areas that control memories, emotion, stress, and anxiety. Researchers don't know if these changes are permanent and will do more studies in the future. And Minneapolis nurses may go on strike for the second time in less than 6 months. The president of the Minnesota Nurses Association says working conditions need to be improved to maintain proper patient care. On Wednesday night, 15,000 nurses authorized the potential for the strike, giving them the right to call a work stoppage after 10 days' notice. And doctors say many hospital visits are due to decorating mishaps. So if you're decking the halls this season, be sure to always take caution when using ladders and power tools.
Thanks, Liv. One way I keep my holiday spirits up that might be a little safer is giving back to the community.
Food is a big part of the holiday season. Find out how you can make a difference for others close to home, coming up next.
And tomorrow, we might see some warmer temperatures.
That's right, but don't get too excited because we might see some rain this weekend. Josh, what can we expect?
Yeah, that's right. It is going to be much warmer and windier for your Friday, but a rain chance is on the way later this weekend. We'll take a look at those details coming up after the break.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight. Both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back. Because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us here on this Thursday. It is December 1st. That is the first day of meteorological winter. So let's go ahead and take a look back at the month of November. We had a stretch of mild temperatures to start the month, then a very cold stretch, highs in the 30s and 40s for many days through the middle of the month. You add all of this together, and it comes out to be 2.7 degrees below average. So a bit of a chilly month for the 11th month of the year. And now, of course, the start of December, and it's sure looking like it out there. A thick overcast sky, and current temperatures are in the 50s. Our high today was 52 degrees. That's just 2 degrees shy of the average. So pretty typical weather here for the start of December. It is not going to be typical tomorrow, as we're talking about highs in the upper 60s. How about this? A big change on the way for your Friday. Also, southwest winds increasing to 10 to 20 miles per hour. There will be some gusts, 20 to 30 miles per hour throughout the day tomorrow. So it is going to be a warm and windy day coming up for your Friday. It's all ahead of this cold front that's set to arrive Friday night. Here it comes. It's going to pass through dry Friday night into early Saturday, but it is going to bring us in some much cooler temperatures once again. Highs on Saturday only in the mid-40s. So we're going up and then we're going back down for the start of the weekend. And then here comes the rain chance. Saturday night, most of the daytime hours should be dry, but after dark, a few showers, especially near and south of I-40. This is not a setup for severe weather or any sort of heavy rainfall, but just a chance for some showers Saturday night into early Sunday. This is out of here by 9 or 10 o'clock at the latest. Your 7-day forecast shows again the very warm day tomorrow, upper 60s with strong winds. Then we cool it down Saturday with a 30% chance of rain Saturday night into Sunday. And then we warm back up for Monday, 64. Tuesday, cooling back down once again. And then highs in the 40s with our next big chance for rain moving in next Wednesday night into Thursday. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh. Do you have any old socks, hats, or gloves? It's the season of giving, and Gaylord College is donating cozy clothing items to Norman Food and Shelter.
We are accepting donations in Gaylord from December 5th through the 9th if you are interested.
And another way to give back to your community is volunteering or donating to your local food pantry. OU Nightly's Katani Gouch spoke with the OU Food Pantry to see how this season affects business.
The OU Food Pantry opened back in March of 2017. Since opening, they've served over 23,000 clients, including faculty, staff, and students. With the end of the semester fast approaching, the holiday season is their busiest time of the year.
We're always prepared around the holiday season to expect a large amount of client. We know that this time can be tough on a lot of people, and we just want to do whatever we can to help.
Mark says one of their top priorities is making sure their shelves stay stocked.
We're seeing those 450 people a week, and everything we put on the shelf is gone the next day.
And also assisting anyone who walks through their doors. They depend on the help of the community to do just that.
Every little bit helps, and we need all the help we can get.
Canned vegetables, meats, and fruits are all donation items the pantry say they need this holiday season. To figure out how you can donate these items, visit the pantry's website. Katani Gooch, OU Nightly.
The pantry is also asking for items like cereal, peanut butter, and oatmeal to keep their supply full. And they're open through Tuesday through Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
And turning it over to sports, the Sooners are not expected to make it to the playoffs this year.
But Addison Arthur is here to tell us why they might have a better chance in 2024.
That's right. We found out the college football playoffs are getting bigger. Could it be better? And 3 Sooners had a big night on the court. All this and more coming up next in sports.
just your family. If a tornado shows up at your doorstep, or a flood, or a hurricane, you can't just turn away a natural disaster. That's why it's important to go to ready.gov/plan now. It has the tools and tips you need to make an emergency plan with your family. So if disaster comes knocking,
let's go.
You'll be ready to help keep your family safe.
It's just a pizza.
Yes. Make a plan today.
Meet the Scam, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Hello, I'm Addison Arthur, and it's time for sports. It is official. The college football playoff will triple in size. The CFP board came out today and said the playoffs will go from 4 teams to 12 teams starting in 2024. This gives more teams the opportunity to be a part of the playoffs. Back in July at the Big 12 Media Days, new Commissioner Brett Yormark shared his thoughts about the expansion and also stated that one of the first meetings he would be scheduling would be with Bill Hancock, who is the first executive director of the college football playoffs.
I do get D1 ticker now, so I'm keeping myself abreast of who's saying what in that space. I look forward to having meaningful conversations with my fellow Power 5 commissioners on that subject. No different than the other commissioners. We're vetting out all possibilities and options.
The departure from college football to the pros has begun. OU offensive tackle Antoine Harris declared for the 23 NFL draft via his Twitter account. Also possibly making a move, defensive lineman Jalen Redmond announced he will be playing in the Senior Bowl, even though he still has 1 year of eligibility left. Former OU defensive star Dewey Selman is being honored as a 2022 Orange Bowl Hall of Fame inductee. The two-time All-American played under Barry Switzer from 1972 to 75, helping them to national titles his final 2 seasons. OU women's basketball blew out Northwestern State on Wednesday in a 88-45 win. 3 Sooners notched double-doubles in points and rebounds, including Maddie Williams and Skylar Vaughn. Head coach Jenny Baranchek was very impressed by her team's performance.
I'm just really proud of the balance. I thought everybody did what they needed to do, and I think just today we got better. And I think that's all you really want to do on the last day of November, and we're going to be ready for December.
I think Skylar definitely set the tone for us tonight and what our aggressiveness is supposed to look like. And on the boards, just running in general, and playing defense. She kind of did it all.
Bella, Carolyn, Christmas is going to be here before you know it. I hear you have a fun story on the holidays.
That's right, Addison. Find out what new addition to a zoo in the UK is so excited about.
And why the holidays are bringing cheer to even the smallest animals coming up.
To Sofia and Gabriel. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love. These stitches and threads join us together, And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Central and Midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Family's visit to the forest inspired a beautiful question. Mother, mother, am I a tree? You tell me to stand tall. You tell me to stay rooted. I think I am a tree. My child, of course you are. But what kind of tree will you be? The kind to hug or the kind to climb? Doesn't matter what you choose, so long as you choose to be a tree that's kind.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
I'm Morgan Martin at the OU Nightly Update Desk. The Supreme Court has agreed to hear a case over the Biden administration's student loan forgiveness program today. A coalition of 6 states are challenging the legality of the program. The court says it'll take the case up in February, but will keep the program on hold for the time being. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Morgan. This baby elephant is celebrating its first Christmas.
In the UK, zookeepers decorated the Asian elephant sanctuary in Christmas trees for the baby to play around and snack on.
A part of the endangered species, the Nang Phaya, which means queen in Thai, was named after the late Queen Elizabeth.
And this cold weather is certainly putting me in the Christmas spirit.
Josh, how are you spending the rest of the weekend?
Well, I have some good news for you. Tonight will not be as cold as the past couple nights have been. Only low 40s for lows, 44 in Norman. That's about 10 degrees above the average low for this time of year. There will still be some upper 30s in parts of northwestern Oklahoma. And checking out your 7-day forecast, we're up to 68 degrees tomorrow. Then here come the 40s and 50s back in for the weekend. A rain chance for Saturday night. And then next week is looking a bit cooler, highs in the 40s and 50s. Back to you.
Thanks, Josh, and thank you for watching OU Nightly with us this semester. And Bella, since you're graduating this semester, I'm going to miss sitting by your side.
Thank you, Carolyn. I'm definitely going to miss OU Nightly and you. But before we go, a special shout out to our news director who is celebrating her birthday today. Happy birthday, Barb. But be sure to tune in tomorrow for the last show of the semester, and for the last time, I'm Bella Roddy.
Good night.